Am I the asshole for saying I owe my ex husband's wife nothing and being quietly glad that my children do not consider her their second mom? So, my marriage to my ex husband ended during my pregnancy with our son, who is now 8 years old. We divorced formally when he was 2 months old, but we separated at the very beginning of the pregnancy and co parented our daughter, who is now 10 years old. Throughout that time, as difficult as it was, after the divorce was over, things turned out more sour and we avoided each other except for exchanges. 2.5 years after our divorce was finalized, he introduced me to his then girlfriend, who is now his wife, at a custody exchange. At first, she seemed nice enough and I had no problem with her. I even thought she was nicer than him. But something I didn't know at the time was she took offense to me handing the kids to my ex husband instead of offering her one or both of them. I found this out 2 months later when our daughter's preschool had their play and she accused me of hogging my son throughout the performance and not giving her the chance to hold him. Then she brought up the exchange. She told me she was going to be their mommy too, and I needed to get over my selfish hogging of our children. By our children, she meant hers, mine, and my ex husband's. My ex husband stood back and said nothing. I told her that I wasn't hogging anyone, and at the exchange, I did what I always do when the kids go to their dad. She told me I just didn't want to accept that soon enough I would be number two, and maybe they would eventually call me by my first name and she would be their mom. After that, she was tense whenever we attended the same event, and the kids weren't exactly happy to see her. Something my ex said was, "It's all my fault because I didn't offer to let her hold our son." Then she reported me to Child Protection Services with several false allegations of abuse. Her claims were wild, and the Child Protection Services cleared me of all wrongdoing. They said the report was anonymous, but then my ex's girlfriend told me it was disgusting that anyone could clear me and that she knew better, and then she said she had to prove I didn't deserve my kids. Following on from that, they booked their wedding on my custody time, and it was when I had plans for us that were pre-arranged. I refused to cancel and told them to blame my ex since he had the schedule and calendar that is the same as me. We always had a shared one through an app that told us whose week it was and what plans that couldn't be changed where. My commitment was first. They kept the date and got married without the kids there, which I was hated for. His wife has been vile to me ever since. She makes disgusting comments about my appearance and has called me a prostitute many times. She tried to turn my ex's family against me, and when it didn't work out, she tried to accuse me of parental alienation of the children. For years, I have heard that the kids aren't as bonded with her as ex would expect or as they would want the kids to be, and they only want me as their mother. The ex tried to get more custody as a result, and the judge told him there was no cause for an increase from a 50-50 custody, which we had from the beginning. My ex-husband brought up the conversation again last month when we had an IEP meeting for our son. He told me that his wife has been around the kids since they were very young and she should be second mom to them. But they always correct him or her when they call her that, and they say she's not to others who call her their mom too. He told me I could be kinder to her and help with that. He said, as a mom, it's my job to make sure all the kids' parents are respected and loved and treated well. And he told me she takes good care of our kids, so I owe her some help with this. I told him I owe her nothing and to go back to those CPS allegations and realize I will never owe her or like her. Then via the app just a couple of weeks ago, my ex-husband said he feels like I'm glad our kids don't call her mom or consider her their second mom. He told me that I'm just being petty and an asshole when I could be thinking of the kids' best interest. And that saying I owe his wife nothing is a bad attitude to hold as well. I won't lie, I am crazy happy that the kids aren't super into this woman. I have never discouraged it and I always keep them out of drama the best that I can. And by that I mean I can't influence what they see or hear at their dad's house. But I am quietly super happy. And my ex-husband isn't wrong about how I feel. Going to the comments, one says, "You're not the asshole at all. She tried to force it. She failed. She tried to get your kids removed from your care. She doesn't get help from your end after that." Another one responded to the comment and said, "Right? You don't get to make false CPS reports and trash someone's character, then turn around and expect them to help you play mom. She's the reason things are the way they are." And I could not agree more.